Good afternoon again from Lake Atitlan. Let me show you. Maybe you can see it there. Anyways, today's video, ayahuasca and mushrooms. What's the difference? Should I take one if I've taken the other? Do mushrooms help me prepare for an ayahuasca trip? Can I take them right before? So, if you're asking this question, it is because you probably have tried mushrooms or LSD or another psychoactive substance already, and you're curious about what's the difference. I'm having nice trips, interesting reflections. Why should I take something else? I can go quite deep with mushrooms and I feel at home with them. So why drink ayahuasca? I find mushrooms in cow's shit. My friend gives them to me. So why pay a few $1,000s to go to South America and have a shaman tell me what to do? Right? These are some real life questions I have received. Why do you need a shaman if your friend can sell you the thingies and you just eat them, press play on your playlist and have a good time? Well, it's not so simple. I'll share why. And take this from someone who spent several years exploring mainly with mushrooms. That was the first medicine that I came in contact with and that I used, let's say, in the wrong way or in an unconscious way. And I tried microdosing, I tried heroic doses, I had very beautiful, meaningful trips. I had trips where I was close to killing myself, jumping off of the balcony of 17th floor. So I understand you. I've had beautiful experiences, very ugly ones, life-changing ones, and also ones that were life-threatening. And this is what I learned in relationship to mushrooms and ayahuasca. And it's this: mushrooms are a medicine that, if you're familiar with yoga or with the chakras, blasts your energy out of your crown chakra quite often. It heightens your energy and your perception and brings you to a place, if you go deep enough, a place of non-duality. So a place where you are one, you realize you are the same energy that runs through the trees, through the oceans, through the mountains, and it can be very beautiful. For a lot of people that I know, including myself, mushrooms were the gateway substance. It's not a substance, like the gateway medicine into realizing that we are God, that the same energy runs through all of it, through all of us. Here's the problem. You go, you realize you're God. There was never anything wrong or broken about you. Nothing to heal because you are perfect, and you feel your heart expand. And then you start coming down, and your heart closes down, and you forget you're God. You remember the concept, but it's not embodied. You don't know it fully because you don't keep it. You don't keep that experience because you got to it through means that were not of your own merit in a way. And the experience that a lot of people have with mushrooms is that they will have very profound, let's call them intellectual or conscious altering journeys. But when they come back, it's very hard to integrate sometimes. What do I do with my life knowing that I am God now? Because I come back into a body that is riddled with illness, with anger, with frustration, with maybe resentment, with confusion. That's one of the things. Mushrooms can give you a glimpse into your true nature, but quite often it becomes a source and a method of bypassing your human experience. And this is the main difference between mushrooms and ayahuasca. Ayahuasca, as it was explained to me once by a friend, pulls you deeper into the flesh, into your human experience. It can also show you that place beyond duality, that place of oneness, that place of our inner God nature. It can take you to the same places and deeper than mushrooms. However, it will not do so while bypassing your humanity. This is why ayahuasca quite often will make you purge. It will make you face your traumas, your darkness, your fears before it can take you there. Because it is preparing you and preparing your body and your mind and your heart to actually open up gradually, or sometimes not so gradually, into higher consciousness. With mushrooms, you come back into the body and the mind that you left. Now you have a different perspective, a different experience, and this can be enough to trigger a desire to change, a curiosity, a drive, and an intention for something different. It can be the beginning of your journey, as it was for me. However, mushrooms alone are rarely a good medicine, especially when they're used recreationally, when there's not a shaman involved, when there's not a sacred setting, other than you and your friends in a cottage and a playlist. That's not a sacred setting. Ayahuasca, on the other hand, through the purging, it actually cleanses your body from everything that is dense, from the physical parts that remain stuck within you, from past experiences, past lovers, places you visited, karmic imprints, different things. And you will notice that, or my experience, I'll speak for myself, mushroom trips most of the time were very beautiful, heart opening, but I eventually came back and came down to the place from which I left. Ayahuasca experiences in proportion were a lot rougher most of the time, not always, but in contrast to mushrooms, they implied more healing, deeper work, shadow integration, and so on. But every time I came back to a little bit of an upgraded mind, body, and heart than from the moment that I took the medicine. Why? Because I had actually let out of my system things that were weighing it down. So if you tried mushrooms, they're probably a good introductory medicine. You're not a stranger to the psychedelic state. The ayahuasca state is quite different, but if you can relax your mind with mushrooms, you can probably use the same skills of breathing, relaxing, posture, and so on during your ayahuasca journey. However, know this, mushrooms blast you out into oneness, and sometimes that's hard to integrate. Ayahuasca pulls you into your humanity. It allows you to embrace your fear, your confusion, your desire, your pain. It allows you to understand it, to distill the lesson, and then to rise above. I find that mushrooms, for me, made me bypass a lot of things that were not healthy. Ayahuasca makes me face everything that is not healthy. So I hope this was a useful explanation. If you have any questions, post them below. If you want to come to one of our retreats in Colombia, the dates are in the link. And if you want to check out our Instagram for behind the scenes and so on, you know where to go. Cheers.